Greetings, friends. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, episode 76, Fully Employed. Oh, everybody else, you can chill. I don't need you. Rockvin got this. This big thing's not even landing blows. There it goes. Can't touch this. Alright, so Lord Miraji is playing dead next to an unconscious big thing that's going to wake up in 120 seconds. Cha-ching! Bye-bye, mister. You're looking for mods to play. I've run on my own. You don't see attack slots? I'm not using attack slots right now, but I would... That's a fun mod to use. If you want mod suggestions, you could either do Project Genesis, which is a huge overhaul, or look at the mod list that I had for Birth of a Hive, because this series right now is almost entirely vanilla with just a sprinkling of minimally intrusive mods. So it's a pretty bad example of like a modded play, because it's nearly fully vanilla. Oh, now you're crippled and walking away. Yeah, you realize what's going to happen next, huh? Hang on. I beat you once, I'm going to beat you twice. Bonk! Oh, he did not stay unconscious very long. No! You're chasing the wrong thing, you stupid big thing! Where are you going? Alright, I'm going to have Kang do it. So everybody stand over there. Kang, come over here. Bonk Miraji on the head, and we're going to feed him to a nest of beaks, because it looks like there's a nest down there. Just get them done. And work on training, armor, and weapons. It's going to win. Okay, so... work on training and equipment. Rockvin, stop it. Jesus. All of you. Hold. Stay up there. You're not fast like King here. Oh, this isn't their nest. Where's your nest? Is your nest over here? God, where's your stupid nest? Oh, it's gotta be over here. Yeah, here it is. Big thing eggs up the dozen. I hate your faction, but I love your work. Here you go. Put down. And I don't want to run so far away that I can't watch it and confirm his death. These idiot beaks don't know. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's the sound of victory. No, it isn't. Jesus, big things. It's free food. How much more do I have to do? And, Raptor, thanks for the bits in, Kata? Is that, am I saying that right? Thank you for the follow. Oh, there they go. Yeah, now I see them feeding. So now all I have to do is wait until it says dead. Because if I leave the zone, he won't be dead. He'll just, like, reset. So Kang is just going to dance around these big things, pissing them off. It's also possible... So another thing, like I was saying before, with, like, how easy it is to exploit Kenshi, I could run around into the nest of beak things, and each of these beak things' eggs sell for an enormous amount of money, and if I'm faster than them, there's no way for them to stop me. So, like, if I wanted to, I could just run in here and be like, yoink! Here's 4.2 thousand, you know, 4,200, and just, like, grab a whole bunch of eggs and run out, right? Kenshi throws money at you, and I suggest not trying to maximize the amount that you get, because you'll be bored. Alright, I need Kang to go a little bit further away from these beaks, because he's aggroing them and making them not feed. Oh, good. Oh, yes, it's a buffet. Eat the kidneys, eat the liver, leave nothing. Full-on Wendigo style. He has no more legs? Yep, Stumpy. How does it feel to be a racist little Stumpy? You called me a thorn face or horn face or whatever? Yeah, this is justice here. Oh, even the baby's having a munch. This is not the same place that Blizz died. Blizz died in vain. And I'm not, like, died... Well, okay, that was... Had a double meaning, but he died. Blizz died way over here. Near the hive, Western Hive, vein area. Just finish already. Goodness gracious. I know this seems particularly cruel, but, okay, he's dead. He's actually died now. Good, I can be on my way. If I don't see proof of death, there's nothing to say that he won't just, like, reset when I leave the zone. And then the United Hero League isn't dead. It hasn't been destroyed, so. The point was to destroy them, and I have to confirm death. I don't really have a way of killing people unless they're, like, Hive Princes or whatever. That's something that has always confused me about Hive Princes and any other enemies that you can, like, take the skulls of. But... So, for reference, a Hive Prince is a humanoid where when you kill them, you can pull their head off and sell it as a trophy. And that way, when you pull their head out, it kills them. But all other humanoids, there's no, like, item that you can loot to kill them. Hive Princes are just kind of unique like that. There might be a few other species. Like, I guess some robots will have AI cores that when you pull out their power core, they die. But there's very few bipedal humanoids that have, like, loot items that cause them to die. You know, Shek don't. You can't, like, loot horns and have Shek die. And it's only the princes, yeah. The Fogmen don't have a loot item that kills them. And there's a few robots in the game that have loot items that kill them, but not many. So, you have to get creative about how you want to kill things. You have to feed them to something that eats meat and corpses, like a beak thing. There is a mod that gives everyone a heart that you can pull out. I used that for Birth of Hive, I believe. But, again, this is a very vanilla series, so I don't have anything like that here. Fog Death Yard is your go-to method? Yeah, you can always slap them to a fog pole. That works too. How would you kill a robot? Some robots have power core items that you can pull out. Robots also have oil, the way that humanoids have blood, or organics have blood, so you can sanguinate them. Or whatever the oil version of a sanguinate is. I don't know. Rust? Something? Whatever. But yeah, you can do that to robots. Ouch! Alright, you know what? You don't get to hit me and survive. Get checked. This is good toughness training still. And medical. And we're done. I don't know who the slowest is, because I'm sure we have injuries, so whoever falls behind, I guess it's Thorfinn. Very easy to tell once you run like 50 meters. Stealth and assassination is also very broken. It is. Yeah, there's a lot of things in Kenshi that are super broken. Theft, stealth, assassination, everything subterfuge-wise is super easy to do. The easiest way to kill a random robot, if you want to finish them off, that's a good question. I mean, it would just be to, like, damage them until they're losing oil and then not repair them, I guess. I'm trying to think of another way. I guess the other way would be... Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. To stick them in, like, a little walled area and just shoot them with harpoons. Because harpoons do so much damage that you're likely to get a one-shot KO, especially high-quality harpoons. So that'd be another pretty effective way to kill a robot. Well, let me fix the Yoda cam. That's way not correct. Hey, dude. There's no peanuts. This is a pet, not a peanut. Skeleton onlys is pretty easy, except for the fact that there's not a lot of skeletons that exist in the world. So unless you're using mods to add more skeletons in. Skeletons have a lot of advantages, like they recover from battle nearly instantly when you have repair beds. So if you're ever defending your base, you can jump into a repair bed and you're going to be up to almost perfect form very, very, very quickly, even without mods. Skeletons don't have to eat, so you don't ever have to worry about farming or crops or any of that nonsense. They don't sleep, they don't rest. You can have them sit on harpoons forever, indefinitely, and they never have to take a break. Yeah. So those are the strengths. The disadvantages is really early on, repairing as a skeleton is very expensive. So when you're injured and you don't have money, it can be very pricey to get put back together, I guess. And then there's just so few skeletons that exist in vanilla Kenshi that your recruiting opportunities are going to be like single digit. You know, it's going to be hard for you to get more than 10 or more than 9. So that would be the real disadvantage. But it's fun. Okay, challengers are arriving. They were kind of waiting for me to show up. So here they are at their little exile camp coming my way, which is fine, because I'm going to be home doing industry for a bit. So I do have a question for you all. Any of the people that have characters on the roster, if you guys want to have an armor preference, I'm cool adding a new column for armor preferences here. So just let me know. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get everybody back to work manufacturing arms and armor and getting the ore drills up and right and making sure that everybody's occupations are set correctly. So this is going to be me just sort of tinkering with occupations mostly, making sure that I am very efficiently producing steel and chainmail and that kind of stuff. We also could send Kang out to buy additional blueprints if you guys want to change what arms and armor I use. I don't have a lot of money right now because I just bought a whole bunch of... Whoa, masterwork. Hot dang. I just bought a whole bunch of, like, random blueprints just because I didn't need the money. But if we wanted money, I could just sell a few of the items that I manufacture and I'll have plenty of money. Oh my god, bandit demands are coming to my base? From the Dust Bandits? How? You don't even have a boss no more. I crushed you. Alright, so Rockfin now has, like, the meta best blackened chainmail, which is really cool. So this shirt gives 22% blood, 48 cut resistance, 60% efficiency, and it's worth 60k. That is a lot, if you were wondering. Alright, Chemo and Glitch are fully healed. Where's Turda? Oh, he's grabbing probably iron plates. No, he's grabbing steel. So let's go and upgrade the ore drill. To ore drill tier 2. And then I could also build another ore drill if I find that my raw ore amount lowers. And then what I need to do... Oh, there's a big thing in my base. Excuse me. Like, where are you going? He's not even fighting me. I don't know, gender. Beak's probably... They're demon children. They're genderless, let's say. Where are you going, dude? Where did it go? Here it is. It left. I guess it knows what's best. It's just like, alright, I'm outmatched. Goodbye. Running away. Farewell. Yep. Too shrunk for you. So this hand-me-down shirt's gonna go to Sharp Point. Yoink. Close the gate to keep out the wildlife. I'm pretty sure this beak thing was actually in our wall, like it clipped in. I don't think it walked in. But I could close the gate. I actually don't really mind the wildlife coming in, because it's just free combat experience. That's why I'm kind of okay with them trespassing. Because it does, in a way, benefit me. Yeah, sometimes they just phase in. Oh, and here we go. We've got the Dust Boss War Leaders. Alright, gate open. Here, I'm just going to take you on with, like, whoever was idle. I'm leaving everyone else in the base on passive. Give you a fighting chance. Get out here, you sniveling little bastards. Excuse me? Get smoked. Did I get hurt? One cut. Everybody got cut like once, basically. Okay, you can all go idle again. There we go. Sometimes it takes a minute for them to realize that they have no tasks and they can sit down. So the ore drill's upgraded. It's even more efficient with only one worker needed. So let me go through the tasks here and make sure that there's no nonsensical jobs. It'll take me a minute. I still have a little bit more research to do. So how many books do I have? I've got 9 books. Ancient books, that is. Did we even get the... Oh yeah, no one's hauling to the automatic grain silo. Yeah, so this is even more reason to do the do the work upgrades and all that stuff. Thank you. Yeah, I do think it's a nice looking base. Nested around a seigneurie in a swamp. Very aesthetically pleasing. So for us to get a fully automatic ore drill, that's 2 more AI cores that I do not have. Stone mining I don't really care for, so industry is kind of done until we get AI cores. Smithing is done, training is done. Farming, I don't care to do the drug stuff, and everything else is hydroponics, which needs an AI core. We could invest in electrics, so... Advanced wind generator theory wouldn't be terrible if we needed more power, I suppose. Defenses, I could upgrade more, but I don't want to, because I don't want to rely on mounted defenses to defend my base. Automatic looms for cotton don't matter, and then we're not making our own body parts, so that doesn't matter either. So really it's just electric. So I think what I'm going to do is the advanced wind generator theory. And... that's it for now. We'll just go with that. Hey, Carvin, thank you for the follow. Oh, and look, the big things are finishing up the food that I set out for them. The little buffet. I want a piece of that. Oh, and is it... oh, Hungry Bandits too. Oh, wow, this is turning into a thing. Rock on. That'll be joined. So I think what I'm going to do is glitch, passive, chemo, passive, and Tora passive. And I'm going to move them to the end of the squad here. The reason being is they are the crafters. So if I'm ever leaving the base, I will not leave them behind. We don't believe in that. Everybody fights. But while we're here and we just have nuisance threats at our gates, I don't want to have my craftsmen stop their tasks. I want them to continue with their crafts because they're not losing out on very much. They're really not losing out on very much experience combat-wise. But as they get hurt, it slows down my ability to like make arms and armor and whatnot. So... Did Rockfin just say good as new-ish? At least he's honest, I suppose. Alright, that's Turda, Chemo, and Glitch. Yeah, that was a sizable little raid party. There is now like a week's worth of corpse duty. Yeah, the fighting, we're pretty strong. I mean, we're not like take on all of our enemies strong, but we're no pushovers, so these kind of battles, they get resolved rather quickly. So let me go through the job priorities here and make sure that I don't have screw-ups. So Orin is going to change to just foraging animals. Trusted, I'm ditching your quests. So let me actually write it down. Occupation for Rockfin is research. Occupation for King would be transport. I think that's kind of obvious. Occupation for Ruka is corpse disposal. Rain is our farmer. Oh, hello. I defeated you before, so guess what? It's about to happen again. These Band of Bones, it's like a wave survival. They show up every like 3 days to get their butts kicked. This time I'm not even gonna take their meds. They can get back up and we'll just put them right back down. I think last time we fought them, we had 2 KO'd. I doubt we have any this time. I just have that feeling like we've gotten to a point where they can't even knock out a single one of my members, and we knock out 100% of theirs. And yep, that's true. Not a single one. Let's see how close we were. Rockfin got a little scratched up. Kang, barely any. Rain, barely any. Some of these injuries might be old from the big things that we fought, though, so it's hard to say exactly how much damage these guys did versus how much damage I had already sustained. But as far as I could tell, nobody's really even all that critically wounded. So we smoked all of their defenders or attackers with almost no serious injuries. All right, going through the occupations again. Oren, you are a forager. Els, you're our town drunk, I think. You are... I'm going to change your jobs, because you've been doing the iron refinery, but that work looks different now. So you are going to bring to steel, and then to iron. So refiner. I'm not going to put up the roster, because it takes the whole screen. You don't need me look... You don't need to watch me do Excel. So, I'll leave that out. I might show you at the end. Headshot. You are none, or medic. Horse. What about you? Where's Horse? He is also steel bars. So I'm going to set him up on steel. I'm going to set him up the opposite priority of Els. So do the iron refining first and then the steel. And he'll be another refiner. Fang is on electrics and robotics, but actually dropping robotics. I think you wanted to be robotics, but we're not doing any robotics. I don't think we're going to need to replace that many limbs. If I was a farming caravan and I showed up and I saw a bunch of mounted crossbow on the walls and like 100 corpses on the ground, I don't think I would stick around trying to do a sales pitch. That seems foolish. Thorfinn, you are an engineer. Or actually, let me go down the list the way it is. So McNauer, you're next. And you are a miner. Poetic, what are you working on? Copper miner. So also a miner. Turd is an armor smith. Chemo's an armor smith. Oh no, sharp point. What are you? Iron miner as well. Chemo's armor smith. Case. You are also course disposal, but it's broken because you have like 2 of them. So I'm glad I fixed that. Foley and Callie are cooks. Let me make sure that's still true. So Foley, you're cooking. Callie, you're cook / med. So / medic. Jacobot, how about you, fine sir? Hey, Cademan. You're watching the newest Stellaris? Well, I appreciate it. I hope you like it. Stellaris is, the RNG in that Stellaris series is the worst random galaxy I've ever generated ever playing Stellaris. And I've played Stellaris for 1,000 hours. So it's pretty epically bad, and I love it. I absolutely love it. A lot of people in the YouTube comments are like, oh, poor you. And I'm like, no. I love this. This is amazing. I love back up against the wall. It's my favorite kind of situation to be in. As long as it's not, like, hopeless. But the closest I can get to hopeless, the better. Larry, you are an iron miner as well. Man, I have a lot of iron miners. Gizo's a farmer. Trustin is... I think Trustin is unemployed. Trustin, you're a YouTuber, dude. You're an engineer. Glitch with weaponsmithing. Greaser with farming. Iguvin is the weaver miller. Oh, I don't have a miller. So, Trustin, I'm going to have you be the miller, actually, now. Because we have an automatic... we got that brand new automatic grinder. Automatic grain silo. And it's going to be really, really, really easy to get that full. Because we have a... Yeah. In fact, what is that? Food? Yeah, let's build 2 of them. So we have 240 wheat straw sitting here, and just not enough straw flour. So Trustin will be the miller. Glitch, weaponsmith, greaser, okay. Thorfinn. What are you, Duddy? Engineer, okay. What about Thor? Iron miner again? I probably have like 3 too many iron miners, but whatever. Night Knave. You're also an iron miner. Mike. You are also an iron miner. Are we dwarves? Did I accidentally make dwarf? Shek. This Lotus. You are a hauler. And Jackson, not last but not least, you are an iron miner as well. Better Wind research just finished up, yes. So I have Wind Jenny's Mark II that I could make. So I'll build one and have you A-B compare. That just wrapped up. And if I go to the tech here, I could do better battery capacity. I guess it really doesn't matter. We really haven't run out of batteries in a long, or out of power in a long time. So I don't think that's much of a concern. So the struggle here is the throughput that we have. I may want to add some additional power generation. Because what the heck is going on with the lack of iron plates? For steel. The amount of steel bars I'm getting out of this industry is pretty miserable, so that might be something we want to take a look at. So here's the improved wind generator. It is outputting 100 watts, or 100 power, versus 50. I just ran out of battery power? Well, here, I'll get more of these upgraded with my electrical components and copper. And then once I have used up all the electrical components, I think I only have electrical components for like one more. But yeah, once I've used all that up, I'll start adding more refineries, because looking at these iron refineries, it's not for a lack of effort. My haulers that are refining now are doing a really good job of keeping things moving. It's just we're not making enough steel bars, I think. Roar Universe, thanks for the sub, buddy. I could choose that. What's in the tower? The tower is basically empty. The tower just has crossbows mounted on the roof. Oh, these aren't even with lights. Yeah, let's add lights to these bad boys. I forgot about that. In Kenshi, the higher up you are from your target when you're shooting, the more damage you do. So having a really tall tower on a hill shooting down at enemies is more effective than shooting at an even plane. Am I going to build a throne room? I wasn't planning on it. Rockvin doesn't see himself as a king or a sovereign. He sees himself as just just another grunt in a war effort that matters to him. He rallied people, but you know, he doesn't have the desire of a throne or anything. All right, Trustin, I'm dropping you from engineering so that you do a better job wheat strawing. All Shek are equal, exactly. It's actually one of our rules. So if we review the rules here, which is it? Fourth down, no caste system, no slaves. Yep. One of the rules. We don't believe in a caste system. We don't believe that any one Shek is over one another. In Shek lore, much like the top knot of a Japanese samurai, they believe that if you get defeated in combat, you get your horns cut off. And then once you have your horns cut off, you're dishonored. And we don't believe that in our Shek faction. So we think that horns or no horns, you're worthy. So some of like Headshot and Ruka don't have horns. As you can tell, they're trimmed. Headshot as well. Very obviously dehorned. Some people just have smaller horns. Like Shona is not dehorned. It's because it's sort of like a hairstyle. But yep, we don't believe in a caste system. We don't care about horns or no horns like traditional Shek. It also looks like I am in dire need of a food run. So, what is... I think cactus is my bottleneck right now for food. Certainly not rice weed. Holy cow. Let me start to consider making food out of rice weed. Because I have a lot of rice. Unfortunately, it just means like rice bowls. Which is fine. But yeah, so we'll get the rice bowls going until our other food sources replenish. We were making a whole lot of meat wraps, though. Meat wraps are also pretty good because we have a lot of raw meat. Zane Faith, thanks for the resub. And welcome. And Cademan, thanks for the sub as well. So after a little bit of this, I will put up a new war goal. I'll put up a new goal in, let's say, 15 minutes. I know I haven't gotten a lot of weapons or armor done, but at least I worked out all the roster jobs. So if you see the occupations here for all of our people, they all have proper jobs now. So I know I need to work on the throughput for steel so that we can make more weapons and armor. But at least everybody has the correct jobs, so that's good. And Felix, thanks for the sub as well. How does foraging animals work? So the way it works is if there's any unconscious or dead animals near the base, the person assigned to foraging will grab their leather and meat. And then if you have either ditch items on or proper boxes, then you can tell them to haul that leather to wherever you believe it belongs. Oh, I forgot to drop my limb here. It's not going to work perfectly because I have 2 people set to corpse disposal. So likely what's going to happen is that our forager is going to get there to dispose of the corpse, and someone's already going to be hauling it to the corpse furnace. But I don't, oh well. It happens. Alright, so what do you think next priority should be? I could keep working on the arms and armor. Working on... I wouldn't even call that training anymore. The third option isn't really training, it's just working on getting our gear a little bit better. Which is going to help us take on big factions. We could hunt for more technology, because we have a need for more technology. We do, of course, have a bunch of iron miners that would all be unemployed, able to do other things if I got automatic ore drilling. But either way, it's fine. Let's ditch the stolen tag. Or we could take on enemy factions. There are surely a bunch of Shek enemies that could use some swift kicking in the teeth. I think what I'm going to have King do, because I know I'm super poor, and that was self-inflicted, is I'm going to have King run some of the things I no longer need, the older limbs and whatnot, over to the station and sell this stuff. Oh yeah, so now I'm full. So, whatever you think I should do. I'll put a timer up, and we'll get it done. Okay, we're working on the backlog of rice weed. I probably ought to plant another cactus farm, because we're bottlenecked on cactus, but like I also somewhat can't be bothered. Is that King under attack? Here's another chainmail. That will go to someone. And Glitch has more edge 1 and 2 blades, which is awesome. So we're slowly phasing out the Cat 3 blades that we made when we had a tier 2 weaponsmith. And now that we have tier 3 weaponsmith with the Edge Walker research done, we're getting the sort of best blades possible for manufacture. And I know I've said this a lot, but I want to just repeat it for people that either didn't understand it originally. In Kenshi, depending on who manufactures the weapons, homemade weapons that you make yourself, don't have bonuses. Weapons made by the Edgewalkers have extra sharp damage. Weapons made by the Cat and Scrap Masters have extra blunt damage. So, and then you can only make up to Edge 2 weapons. So it goes like all the way from like rusted junk up, and then you hit the Catten. So Cat 1, 2, 3. You know, then Mark 1, 2, 3, Edge 1, 2, 3. You can't make Edge 3 blades. And then the Edge 2 blades you make don't have the extra sharp or blunt damage that the other manufacturers do. So the best blades are the blades that you buy. But you can make, you can make pretty reasonably strong blades. There's no reason that you couldn't beat the game, quote unquote, with just Edge 2 homemade blades. Because they're good enough. They're absolutely good enough. Looks like a hunt for more technology and take on more factions is nearly tied. I'm gonna, let me put the timer up again. And then if it doesn't resolve by the end of the timer, I will flip a coin. Happy to do either one. Yeah, specialized weapons are based on weapon preference. So if you like blunt weapons... Who is screaming? Is this, are you... Oh, you're Dust Bandits? Yep, no, I'm fine with you getting eaten by beak things. If you like blunt weapons, you should buy from the Cat and Scrap Masters. If you like sharp weapons, you should buy from the Scrapyard for the, the Edge... the Edge Walkers, or Edge Masters. And then there's the Skeleton Smiths. I think the Skeleton Smiths are sort of like Jack of all trades, Master of none, where they get a small bonus to both blunt and sharp. I'd have to wiki that. I believe that's the case, but I don't want to say definitively because I'm going off something I read like 2 years ago. Let me look it up. Skeleton Smith's Manufactory. No, it's just more expensive. Okay, cool. It's just the price is 20% higher. Got it. So, yep. And then the Cat and Scrap Masters have a blunt damage is 20% higher, weight is 20% higher, price is 20% higher. Or 1.2 modifier for blunt, weight, and price. And then the Edgewalkers is the same, but for sharp. So Edgewalkers, or Edgemasters. Edgewalkers, is actually sharp 10% higher, but 40% more expensive. So price modifier of 1.4, cut damage of 1.1. Most weapons in Kenshi do sizably more cut than blunt. And in that way, it's actually oddly like RimWorld, where in RimWorld, most weapons do a lot more sharp than blunt, but most armor doesn't protect you as well from blunt. So if you take a look at like the White Plate Jacket, it has a blunt of 34%, a cut of 58. So if you wanted to kill someone that is wearing particularly high cut resistance armor, really high blunt damage weapons might not cut enemies down quite as fast, but against really heavily armored targets, blunt is pretty effective. So it looks like you guys want me to hunt for more technology, and I like that. I'll get that going in just a sec. Let me do one more trade run, ditching all these sort of random garbage that we have in the base, and then I'll send King and company to clear something out. Do I have polearm BPs? I don't think I do. No. So I could pick those up from Vane. I could pick up some blueprints from the Hivers or somewhere else. Alright, so King is ready for one more run to the way station, make a little bit more money. I have a few more blades to hand out, so let me figure out who is inheriting those. So Thor is inheriting one. I'm trying to improve the blades of the people that have the worst blades first. So anyone with Cat 3 blades goes first. But I think Thor is, I think, might even be the last Cat 3 blade. And he'll jump up to Edge 2 as an apology for being last, or nearly last. Okay, Teal'c has a bad blade. And Cowley. And McNauer. Okay, so that's who's left. Teal'c. Here's an Edge 1. Glitch, do you have a spare blade on you? No, he doesn't. He's almost done with a new weapon, though. So Cowley gets this Edge 1. And then McNauer, you are the last to get off of Cat. No, that's not true. Sharp Point needs a better blade. The Cat 3 blades aren't terrible, though. They're not miserable, so low that I can't hurt opponents. They're just not quite as good as, like, Edge 2. By kind of a long shot. So, Master Greaser, what I think I'm going to do is try to buy some of those blueprints you mentioned, next time it's convenient. Also, I should check the way stations, because even way stations have a chance to pick them up. What dex requirement should I enforce for specialized weapons? So most of us are in the 20s to low 30s. Some are mid 30s. I know I asked this before. There's very few that have hit 40. But what do you think? Should I keep it at the 40 mark that I have previously set? Do a case-by-case basis? even at the detriment of the wielder of said weapon, or set it a little bit lower so that we get specialized weapons sooner. I think once everybody has a Edge 1 weapon, that's going to be good enough. I'm not going to wait for everyone to have Edge 2s. Edge 1 will be the bar that I set for satisfying people's weapon needs. Because beyond the difference between Edge 1 and Edge 2 is not that great, but the difficulty of manufacturing Edge 1 to Edge 2 is pretty enormous. It's a big leap because it leaves it up to chance. Oh, you have a masterwork arm, don't you? Even more Band of Bones challengers coming in. They just won't leave me alone. Can't get enough Shek. So Sharp Point, you're the ones that is stuck with a bad blade, so how about we give you chainmail as a mea culpa. And then someone without a shirt will take that masterwork shirt there. So Larry. Oh man, I think Larry is the worst geared now. Luckily, even being the worst geared, he's still pretty geared. With so many idle workers, why not expand farming? Because it's a lot more micro. It's just a lot more effort that I just don't want to, you know, do. I'm sort of lazy, and also we don't stay home long enough that the people that are idle are terrible farmers that are not going to be able to effectively farm. The problem is farming is, like everything else, is a skilled task. So if you're a really low-level farmer, the crops that you yield out of a farm field are going to be very low. You'll fail often. So unless you grind at the skill, you're just not going to get, you know, a lot of food from it. And that's not really our bottleneck anyway. Our bottleneck was being not home and not processing the wheat, which we are doing now. So my guess is our food bin is probably... Yeah, our food bin's looking pretty okay. I've got 50 straw flour just sitting here waiting to be processed into bread. I've got 42 raw meat waiting to be processed into meat wraps. We have plenty of food. Oh, and I have 100 cacti ready to be processed into dust switches. Yeah, it was that every time I go and grab a backpack full of food and then take off without my cook replenishing once we get home, our stockpiles are going to be basically empty, but like, there is no way around that. I'm not leaving people behind. So case-by-case basis. Got it. Interesting. So I'm going to have my craftsmen finish up the last craft or whatever they're working on, which is going to be any second now. And then we're going to go ahead and out and tackle a lab, I think. I still haven't adopted the samurai leg plates yet, though, as I'm sure you've noticed. I just don't think that we're quite there yet, that I want to walk around. I think the leg plates are probably worth throwing on right before we go to a tough fight, where we're going to want all the protection possible. But when we're running long distances over the world map, it's probably not worth doing, in my opinion. I'll probably not be present for the Bandage Bands and Shek challenge. Let's check on steel bars and iron plates. So my steel bars are not stocking up, and my iron plates are not either. We need more refineries and more, well, yeah, more steel and iron refineries. The raw iron is no problem. I have an overabundance of raw iron from all the miners that I have. So that's good. Oh, that crossbow is just pointed straight down. I thought they had never finished it, but it's just a... Okay, so all the crossbows up top are done. Looks like all of my crossbows. No, it's... Yep. Light. All my crossbows are Mark II with lights, which look cool. Sweet. There's my last edge weapons. So let's put those on and then get headed out. As promised. So who needs these? Looking for low qual. I guess Mark 1s is the nearly the bar to meet. So McNauer with a Mark 3 or a Cat 3 and Sharp Point with a Cat 3. So here we go. Jobs are off. And grab a few better blades. Now these katanas are absolutely miserable to take down robots. So that's always going to be an issue when we fight robot in the labs. Poetic doesn't have a weapon? Yeah, that's by design. He's a martial artist. Can't be a martial artist and have a weapon. I mean, you can, but then you're not a martial artist anymore. You just... We built you wrong. We trained you wrong. For our own amusement. I think before I leave, I want King to just finish up the wind turbine, which requires iron plates, which I don't have. I see why I didn't do it. Yeah, Poetic is the weapon. Exactly. So at this point, what I'm going to do is just go through everyone and make sure nobody has anything that is not relating to their job on them. My crafters, I will keep working until the very end. They will be the last ones that I have wrap up their current tasks. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 6th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, please let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com as my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you for everyone that turns out to a live stream, subs, becomes a Patreon patron, or just simply likes and subscribes on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Shek.